Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us and kicking your weekend off on Cameo Streams. I'm Greggy Bennett, and I am joined by three all-star housewives today. First up, New York's newest edition. Terms like instant icon have been thrown around only after like 2 episodes. Leah McSweeney, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So excited.
Leah!
The queen. Next up, we have a wife from my neck of the woods, from Housewives in New Jersey. It's Miss Dolores Catania. How are you, Dolores?
I'm very good, thank you. But they should know how far we go back. So my uncle brought Greg's mom to the prom.
Yeah.
What?
Full
That's New
Patterson,
Jersey, Leah. We're all like,
Patterson girls.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? Small world.
Wow.
That's New Jersey for you in Patterson.
And our last housewife, an angel on earth, one of the kindest people I've ever met, from Housewives of Dallas, it's Stephanie Hollman. How are you, Steph?
Stephanie is Bambi.
Oh, I love you, Dolores. You guys are so sweet.
I
I love
Right.
you guys.
I love you too.
It's
Cheers,
so good
guys.
to see everyone. This is amazing.
am so fucking excited.
Yeah. This is going to be fun. I promise it's going to be fun. We just wanted to bring you guys together and dish, see how you're doing on quarantine.
Right, thank you.
Chat about all of it. So
I really needed someone else to talk to aside from my daughter.
I know, Leah.
Right?
I know.
You know.
it's a lot. But so I guess like I want to check in first and see how we're all doing. Leah, I see that you are, I think you're in your apartment. I was going to ask if you like fled the city or if you decided to
I
stick
fled
it out.
the city and then I was like, I need to be back in the city.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why am I here? I'm actually moving in a couple weeks. I know, and it has nothing to do with Luann throwing shade at my apartment. I just want to let everybody know that. But I'm moving to another apartment within my building because I think like I just started getting so bored and I started feeling like the apartment was caving in on me. I think because Kiki's been with me full time during the quarantine. Normally she's between me and her dad, and normally she's in school half the time. So, and I just need something to do. So I'm moving.
Yeah. So move to a new apartment. That's like a fun activity to take on.
It is.
Dolores, how are you doing? Are Frankie and Gabby and Frank and David, is everybody there with you under one roof, or are you?
Everyone's here with me. So, you know, they've been with me, as Leah was saying, full time. Nobody's left. Gabby brought home 4 dogs from vet school. Frankie brought home 1 dog, and I had 2. Plus Frankie's friend that lives with me, Dougie, you know, his mother dropped him off in pre-K and he still lives here. So never came back from that place. But I love him to death. So I have my 3, as I call them, my children, and the 2 big ones, Frank and David. So I got an apartment in the city, Leah, because I had to get out of mine.
No, I saw, and it's in my neighborhood. And when I read about it, in the financial district.
Yeah.
And I know I read about it in the New York Post, and I didn't want to be creepy and like hit up Teresa and be like, "Can I please hang out with you and Dolores when you like are in the city?" Because we would be neighbors.
Oh, then we are. Okay, so we're hanging out. I was at the South Street Seaport eating Chipotle by myself yesterday, and then I went for ice cream at the truck that plays all freestyle music.
Honestly, after this, we have to like exchange, and we'll do a whole social distance hangout, and I'll show you the whole neighborhood down here and put you onto all the good restaurants and everything.
Perfect. Thank you.
I love that. Steph,
you'll be hanging out with us when you come to New York.
I love you. I can't wait. I love you.
But Steph, you're in Dallas with all your boys as well?
They are downstairs, and I was like, "Mommy's gonna go work. Please do not come upstairs and yell. Thank you." So we'll see what happens.
And they listened. Oh, how cute.
They're really so far. But yeah, so far they're listening. But they've been fantastic. I'm so over the homeschool, so I'm glad that's done. And yeah,
I like the video where you threw the kids out of the car.
Oh, thank you.
I need to check that out.
That was recess one day.
Hysterical.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
So
I love it so much.
I wanna ask each of you about what my friends and I have dubbed like your Corona persona. So I have like kind of become a different person since I've been locked in my apartment for like 5 months at this point, 4 months, who knows how long. Have you like discovered anything new about yourself? Do you have any new hobbies that sprung up from not being able to like leave or anything like that? Leah?
All right. Honestly, I my apartment is a freaking wreck right now. I don't do well during quarantine. Okay, like I wake up, I have no idea what day it is. Today I thought it was Monday. I swore it was Monday. I should know because the show's on tonight. So I should know, especially my show's on tonight. It's Thursday. But I'm just like, I didn't wash my hair for like 4 days. Today's the first day I did it. I'm not doing great during quarantine. Like I think some people are like thriving. Like I have friends that have like lost 10 pounds and they're getting in shape. And I'm just like, that's just, I don't know. I'm just not thriving during quarantine. I would say that I'm still the same. I didn't really figure out anything new that I like to do, except I've realized that I'm a very sloppy Virgo. I'm a big messy Virgo. I mean, I just am. I hate cleaning. I really hate it. And like this quarantine has made me realize how much I hate cleaning even more than I already did.
Same. But I'm lucky I have a fiance who loves to clean. So he does the cleaning and I don't. Thank you.
Kiki's dad loves to clean. So Rob, sometimes he comes over to hang out and he cleans for me.
That's a great deal.
I know. So.
Amazing. Yeah. Steph, what about you? Have you discovered anything new about yourself since you've been locked up?
In the beginning of quarantine, I was living my best life because I am, believe it or not, more of a homebody. So I was like, I've been training for this my entire life. And that lasted about a month, but I've learned to cook. I started like cooking. I'm a horrible cook, so my husband's grateful. I've organized a lot because there was nothing else to do. And, but I also I taught my children how to do things. So they do the dishes every night. So that's kind of what I do. Now they're like the little Susie homemakers. So I've taught them a lot of skills.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. I'm teaching you. Yeah.
I love it. Dolores, what about you? Anything new?
I'm a mope. I've eaten probably Doritos, Suzy Q's, disgusting things that no one should ever eat. Diet soda, like it was going out of style. I'm not doing well. I have to force myself to get out of this like nasty. Everyone worked out. Like I knew people, they were working out 3 times a day. My son wasn't eating any carbs as usual. Frank Catania with 2 broken legs was crawling to work out to the gym. I mean, it was just like I didn't really do much, and now I'm starting to come back to life a little bit. Once I wasn't afraid anymore of catching this thing. I'm afraid of it, but I'm not going to taunt it. But I'm not. Yeah. It's not going to hold me back from living.
Can't let it. Yeah.
So,
I agree.
You know, like I don't want to taunt it in its face. I mean, you know, I wash my hands. I wear a mask when I have to. I don't wear a mask outside. It's more harmful than it is good. So, you know, I've been trying to just like do that. So I downloaded an app to learn more Italian because I love Italy so much. I want to speak it well. So that's what I've been doing like the last couple of days, but I really have nothing to brag about.
And that's okay, right? We're all doing our best. That's what I keep saying to people. People, like my boss will text me and be like, hey, why didn't this happen? And I'm like, listen, I'm doing the best I can, right? That's just the answer I have for my mom, my fiance, my boss, anybody who asks. I'm just doing my best, right?
I'm hoping that like, I think that once, and I know things won't go back to like normal, like normal is going to be different and it's going to take a very long time, but I feel like maybe I'll have a different appreciation, or maybe collectively as a society we'll have a different appreciation for like things that we took for granted. Like, I guess I realized how good, I mean, I always knew I had it really good. Like every day I felt very blessed and lucky and like just for really simple things. But it's the other things that I'm missing, and then I really am like, wow, I just had the life, you know, like, and then I think about other places where like our life now is still so much better than other people's lives in other places. Like I keep having to try to remind myself of that because this is hard.
Yeah.
Man.
I also think it shows you what you don't need. Like there are a lot of things that I had that I really didn't use during quarantine that I didn't miss. Like I put emphasis on things that weren't important. And
tell us some things, Steph, be specific. I want to know.
I would say like I shop when I'm bored. You really couldn't do that. So just the materialistic things that I think you get used to having, you don't really need. Like I'm very happy with my yoga pants. Right now I have yoga pants on and a cute top because I knew no one's going to see my pants. So it's very nice.
I miss like
Steph.
I miss like the self-care stuff. Like I miss like getting a massage. I miss like yesterday I was watching, oh my God, what movie was I watching? Oh, the Dark Knight. And like scenes in the restaurants, and it's just like so.
I
like,
know, Leah. I agree. Oh my God.
It's just like the culture, like New York, you know, like restaurants and people everywhere and all that.
That is what I miss the most. Right up until an hour before they shut down the city, I was at the Shelbourne Hotel getting my hair and makeup done, getting ready for like my 5th night out because I'm finally. I was like. Finding myself. Greg knows, like I raised my kids. I didn't always have a lot of freedom. And now all of a sudden, like here I am, I'm coming into myself and this is my year. I'm turning 50. So I was like, but I was also meeting a lot of different people and the
feeling
city
alive. Feeling alive. Like
I was feeling alive. I was feeling like coming into myself.
Yeah.
And with no guilt about being out because I didn't have to get home to the kids. There was no guilt behind anything I was doing. And I felt like I was really thriving. And I missed that scene so much. Like, not because of the popularity or anything. It's never about that, Steph. Right?
No,
you know,
absolutely.
not like that. But it was about the socialization and meeting people and the interesting things about, like, Preston Bailey was a guy I just saw in books, a famous decorator. And I would say, oh my God, not only would I never even be able to have a party from him, but I'll never even meet him. He's amazing. And then I find myself becoming his friend in the past couple months.
I love
like
that.
This is what my life was, you know, really. And I earned it. And then all of a sudden this.
Well, I think like once this is all over, right? Like I feel like the first thing I'm going to do is go to a restaurant and sit down and like order a cheeseburger. Because I haven't had like a real.
That now, but you just can't sit there and eat it.
Right, I know, but that's the whole point. You want to like, be in there, be around people. So I feel like that's the first thing I'm going to do. A million people submitted eat a cheeseburger. A lot of people were asking what each of you were going to do once this is over and things are normal again. Like, what is the first like treat you're going to give yourself?
Restaurant.
Steph.
I want to go to a restaurant and sit and eat, and I want to see people, and I want to be that again.
Same.
I want to travel. Like, I really miss traveling.
You were in Paris like last year, right?
I love Paris. I go to Paris a lot.
I've never been, Leah.
Oh, you have to go, Dolores.
Yeah, it's like
amazing.
I love European culture in general, and Paris I started going to kind of at a young age because the business was bringing me there, and then I met friends there, so now I have friends there, and I was actually supposed to go for Kiki's spring break, and then this happened. So I think that I'm going to take a really awesome trip with my daughter. She really wants to go to Japan. I've never been there. Maybe it'll be a little simpler. We'll go to Jamaica. I don't know, but I just miss traveling so much. And this is a global issue, obviously. So my instinct during this whole lockdown is like, let's just get on a fucking plane and go somewhere. But then I'm like, we can't, because literally it's everywhere. There is no escape, you know, it's acceptance, right? So anyway, I'm going to travel.
Steph, what about you? What's your big treat?
Really guilty. I feel really guilty listening to everybody because Texas is somewhat open. We are 50% capacity at restaurants.
Right.
Wow.
Steph.
Texas.
Is it like you have to 25%? Now they're at 50. You know, it's very different. You have people waiting on you with gloves and masks on, and the tables are literally marked off. They take your temperature. You have to have a reservation. But I do feel very safe because everybody's taking it so seriously. But it's a slow open. But yeah, we do have restaurants open. I haven't gotten a massage yet, but I believe they just opened as well. So we are, which is nice. And going out to dinner is kind of my favorite thing to do right now because I haven't done it in a while. And I love the fact that they keep everyone very separated. So it has been nice, and it was something that I really missed because I hate cooking, first of all. So cooking every day was miserable. So just not eating my food was really nice.
I know, right? That's the thing.
Yeah. But I would love to travel. Love to travel. Like, that's something. I'm turning 40 on June 13th, and it's going to be the weirdest birthday. I thought I would go on a trip somewhere.
Happy early birthday to you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
you. So it'll be just different. It's just a different way.
Yeah. What do you think Travis is going to do? Anything special? like at home?
I think we're going to go, I think we're going to go somewhere very remote and like this place like outside of, I believe it's outside of Utah, and it's just very remote and they're open and it's safe and
Oh, nice.
That's
just
awesome.
him and I and do something really, nice, but really low key. Like I never thought I would have a low key birthday in the US. I thought I'd go somewhere and travel and do something with friends. But it'll be great. It'll be
Yeah.
Oh, enjoy. It's
sounds
nice
fun.
to get away from the same four walls, right, Leah?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really nice. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I think I know where you're going. I'm not gonna say it and like blow your spot up.
You know, yes.
I know. I want to go there so freaking bad. It's like,
you know what?
it's on my bucket list.
No, it was on mine too, and they were open, and it's very well, it's very
There was
small.
a family that everyone knows that was just there. I think. I think it's been in the news. But anyway, I mean, I've been wanting to go to this place for a very long time, though. If it's
I will let you know how it is. I'll message you and let you know. But I've heard amazing things, so I'm excited.
yeah.
Oh, enjoy and happy birthday.
That's
Thank
gonna be
Welcome
so
to the
fun stuff.
40s.
Thank you. I'm excited.
All right, so I have a few fan questions that were submitted. They're lightweight questions, don't worry, but they're about like Bravo and your shows. So first, are there any Bravo shows that any of you have binged while you've been in quarantine and caught up on?
I'm catching up on New York. That's why I'm like crazy for Leah right now. I'm like so in love with her.
She's killing
My
it.
friends are like, did you watch Leah on New York? What are you doing? I'm like, I can't. By the time it gets late, I hate myself. I don't want to look at TV. I don't want to do anything. And Leah is just such a great addition, and we're so proud of you, Leah. You have a fan group here in New Jersey. I hope
so
you know.
happy. You have no idea. I've been binge watching Vanderpump Rules. I've never watched it before.
Okay.
Everyone kept saying that me and Zaina looked alike, so then me and her became friends, kind of like we
I
text,
see it.
whatever. Yeah, and then I started watching the current season because she's on it, and then I'm like, all right, now I gotta go back and start with season 1, and it's so messy. And I mean, I can't even imagine being on reality TV at age like 24 and like working at a bar and like all the crazy shit that like people would see me do. I mean, they already see me do crazy shit.
I'm getting a charger. I'll be right back.
So imagine, so I've been binge watching Vanderpump and I love it.
Those early seasons are the best ones, I would say, like 10 times better than like this
And
recent season.
I'm watching Beverly Hills right now. The new,
Yeah, it's not as good as New York, but it's doing.
New York's really good. But New York's always really good.
You know what?
You guys are always great.
I feel like we're just more complicated than.
You know what I like about New York is that you guys get into fights, but you make up so quickly. So it's not. I wish our show was more like that.
I need.
So it's not like you hate each other forever. Like it's very normal to me. I mean, I think it's just a better show because you're constantly, it's drama and then it's over. You guys drop things really quickly.
People do say that a lot about New York, is that we just like something that would maybe take like a month to get over on another housewife show. We're like over it in like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and then you're fighting about something else. It's the best.
The next drama, so.
Steph, what about you? Any new Bravo shows that you've binged?
New York, because I love New York. And then Leah, I also, one of the producers that I've worked with, Darren, he works on New York.
Yes, Darren
Ward?
works with you guys. I know Darren.
I know Darren.
So sweet. Yes, yeah.
You know Darren, Greg.
Yeah, he took us to Punta Cana.
Yes.
So funny.
So I love him. So I watch, and then Beverly Hills I've watched. I always tend to love New York. So, and like I said, I like how it's just the drama's over really fast. It's very funny. People are always in the pool without their clothes on. It's very entertaining to me. I love it.
Yeah.
I have a hot tip for all of you. You should watch seasons 3 and 4 of Summer House.
How cute is
it?
Luke?
Honestly, oh my God,
Luke
it's the best show. It's the best. It's
Luke is
so good.
I just saw a commercial and I was like, who's that hot guy? But also I met Hannah Berner on like a FaceTime thing, and she's so freaking smart and savvy, and I'm like following her now, and I'm really into her whole vibe. So I want to watch Summer House for Hannah.
Yeah, it's so good.
I met those kids. They're really nice
They
people.
are really sweet. Yeah, they're really sweet kids. Dolores, I love that you're just over here.
I know you're moving
around your
around,
closet.
like you're
Listen,
giving us a
Greg,
little.
I can't sit. I'm not a sitter. Ask any of the other housewives, like when we're away and like everybody's laying out, I'm walking in circles.
If you guys could quarantine with a Bravo celebrity who's not on your show and who isn't on this Zoom call right now, who would you choose?
Luke, Instagram.
Oh my God,
He's
I
doing
love
his little thing.
Making jewelry in his garage. It's very
Yeah, I love his
rugged.
little jewelry. I'm like, I DM him. I'm like, Luke, I love that ring you made.
That's amazing. You're sliding into his DMs. I can't. I love you. You're amazing.
I have to. And I'm not like, I don't go after young. I would never date a younger guy, Leah, in my life. Since high school, grammar school, I've never dated a younger guy.
Yeah, I did once, and I think I want to do it again.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You should.
You definitely should.
Once this shit is over, I'm like definitely finding a young hot guy. I don't know who I would want to be. I guess I'd probably want to be quarantined with Lisa Vanderpump so I could be in the Villa Rose or whatever her mansion is called and like play with the little ponies and the swans and all her dogs. And I could bring my new little puppy that I have and hang out with her and her animals.
Yeah, there's a full-on petting zoo there, so you would have no shortage of animals.
I commend her for what she does with animals. I really do.
It's awesome.
Yes, absolutely. You know, every time that I have met any other housewife franchise, I would say New Jersey's always so sweet. So Dolores, my first pick would have been you, but if not, the other person who's always so kind and goes out of her way to be so kind is Margaret. I would choose her.
I knew you were going to say Mark. She's so sweet.
So sweet, like so
She's
inviting,
very sweet.
Yes.
Margaret, yes.
Always so kind.
Love that. I love Margaret too. I got to meet her, Dolores, at Nick Marco's birthday. You know, Melissa's cousin.
Oh yeah, Nick.
And she was there. We had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
She's fun. She's old Hollywood, I say.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Like eccentric old Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's like amazing.
Very. What past housewife from your city would you bring back? If
you know who I'm going to
could.
say.
Oh, who are you going to say?
The same person you're going to say, Greg.
Miss Caroline Manzo.
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely. She's the best.
I don't know any of them, but you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like I'd probably maybe bring back maybe Carol because I feel
okay.
I don't know. I think that was because I was reading something about her earlier and I just said that. I actually really don't know who I would bring back. I can't even like remember who's been on it. Maybe, I know who I'd bring back. I'd bring back Jules.
Same. I'm glad you said that.
Oh, I love her. I love her too. Yes.
I love her too. And I was reading, I think her husband is just a total piece of shit and what he's doing to her and kids. I've read about it in the newspaper. I think that she was so open about struggles that she has. I feel like she wasn't given enough chance and like they were picking on her so much for having an eating disorder, which like who the hell does that? It's insane. And that's why I bring her back.
And you would bring her back and you would make everything right for her, Leah, and you would have her back.
Yes.
Would.
I know what kind of girl Leah is.
Thank you.
And Steph, I know there's not many women left, any good choices, but you have to pick one.
I will say the one person I would bring back, because I don't think she got a fair shake at her first season, would be Tiffany Hendra. There's a lot more to her than people saw, and she's a great person, and I would bring her back.
Her and her husband and his guitar.
His guitar,
Get the band back together.
Yeah. I don't think they really showed much of her, and she was much more than what they showed.
Okay. Has anyone caught any of these Zoom unions? Leah, are you nervous that you're going to have to do one, or have you heard about like what the deal is yet?
Yeah, we're not supposed to do one. They pushed it back a little, so we're supposed to have an in-person reunion. Look, I don't have any other way of experiencing my first season as a housewife other than being in a freaking quarantine. But I really, obviously, I was very much looking forward to my dress and the whole experience of the reunion. So I'm really like hoping that happens. It's something that I'm looking forward to that we're supposed to be doing in August sometime. So I would imagine that at that time they could hopefully figure out in New York City how to have 20 people in a room. Like
that's nothing.
Right,
That should be not a problem.
Temperature check, like have us sit 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Right. All they would have to do is like send a search and rescue team to Boca and get Ramona back, and then you guys would be like good to go.
So
Right?
good. So good.
Wait, is Ramona in Boca right now?
She's down there somewhere, I think, right?
She's in Palm Beach, but she was in Boca for a while. Yeah.
Oof.
Oh,
I know everyone on here is like huge fans of her, so I'm glad we've got the Ramona fan club on the
Doesn't
line
have to
today.
come back. I mean, she could stay down there.
Sure. Leah, a lot of questions came in for you about like your first impressions, like who you liked, who surprised you when you started filming.
You know what? No one surprised me because I went in with no expectations anyway. And I was literally like, anything could go down. And whoever I think is going to be my bestie might be my freaking worst nightmare. Who the hell knows?
That's true, Leah. That was smart.
And also, like, people, like, you know, obviously, like, watching the show and seeing the personalities and being in real life with the personalities. Like, you could watch the show and be like, oh, I don't really like her personality. But guess what? If you start hanging out with these people and that's one person that's really cool to you, then you're obviously going to like them. So it's, you know, it's totally different game when you're like in with and like dealing with the people face to face. So I would say that Dorinda, me and her ended up much closer than I ever imagined. Sonia is hilarious. She's funny. She's great, but it did take us a little while to kind of get used to each other. You know, I mean, and tonight I have a very difficult episode.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, you do?
That
I'm
preview
gonna
looks
watch
great.
for you, Leah.
Thank you. I need all your strength. Send it to me.
It'll be fine.
It was a very difficult trip for me, and it was very uncomfortable, and I felt like I was really everybody's like emotional punching bag. And at this point I had been so sick of hearing, you have tattoos, you live downtown, you did it, and like I just felt like I was being treated like a second-class citizen by everybody, and
like
I was
a pariah.
Exactly. And
you know what? I love that shit. I love that. I like that. I get off on that. I get, because they don't have one day in your shoes, Leah.
I know. That's true. So, you know, it's throughout the season, people surprised me. Let's just put it down.
Okay. All right. Steph, everyone's been asking, have you gotten to see your bestie Brandy? Have you guys had to like stand 6 feet apart, or are you just FaceTiming? Everyone's concerned. So.
Oh my gosh. So we talk almost every day, but we have a podcast together. So we talk through that. She calls in, but I see her through Zoom. Our kids are best friends. So, and my son and her daughter tell each other they love each other now. So it's very strange. 11 and 12-year-old love. Yes. It's very, very strange, but it's sweet. So I see her a lot. And then I run into some of the other girls just around town.
Oh, okay. I saw Cameron put her house up for sale. Is she moving away from you?
I think it's been for sale off and on for many, many years.
Okay.
So I think it's back for sale, but I know it's been on sale a few times.
Got it.
It's been for sale, but I don't think she would. I think she'll just buy a house down the street or something. I mean, I don't think she's gonna move out of Highland Park. No.
Dolores, everyone wants to know about Frankie. If he's got a girl, if he's available. It's a popular question that gets asked all the time.
Boys do not tell their mom.
I feel uncomfortable asking this question.
Frankie has a nice girl that he's close with. Yes. Very nice girl. Yes. But that would have to be for Frankie to answer, because he doesn't like me to talk about his business if I even am privy to knowing his business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frankie's a little man. He handles things the way I raised Frankie as a single mother to be the man that I wanted to date. Greg, you know that. So
I want to say you brought Frankie to like the season 2 premiere, and he was like, I see him now and I'm like uncomfortable, because he was like I 7, I guess, I don't know, but he was just so little, and now he's like a giant adult. But he was so polite and like always such a well-mannered kid whenever you brought him, whenever he was around. So did an amazing job.
Right. So thank you. But he's so insightful. Like, I could talk to him about my relationships, about life and things like that. He's right now tutoring somebody who's going to Harvard and he's tutoring them. I go, but you don't go to Harvard. He goes, Mom, I know the business part of this. I'll handle it. He's just a gentleman. He's funny.
That's insane.
He works like all the time. He just bought his own house, like for investment. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with the way Frankie turned out and the way he treats women. Even the way he says to his father, he's like, Dad, that's not how you treat a woman. Dad, come on.
Amazing.
That
You
is
raised a good
amazing.
boy.
Thank you.
Leah, everyone is asking for an update on PETA Guy. Is there an update on PETA Guy? Is he still around?
Peter Chip and I are just friends.
Okay.
That's it.
People wanted to know. Like everyone,
Yeah,
that was the number one question I got was
I
ask
like
Leah
that.
about the PETA Guy.
Totally single, and you know, Peter Chip's cool, but we're just friends.
I love the names we make for guys.
I know, but this is
Yes.
I really don't think the men deserve to be called by their names until they earn it, and
Right.
that's how I feel. That's why we have names for everybody. Me and my sister, whoever it is, this this one, that one, Peter Chip, whatever. And
The names that my friends have made up for my boyfriends are ungodly.
I know. They're insane. I know. I think all his friends call him Peter Chip now too, but I don't want to like give you that. It's like giving too much to be like referring to him by his government name. Like, and that's not even on camera. I mean, I'm not even supposed to say on camera, whatever, but I call him Peter Chip nonstop. That's what he saved up in my phone. So, like, we're not.
And that's fine. Last question. If you could get a cameo from one person in the world, any celebrity or not a celebrity, I guess, who would it be? Steph, let's start with you.
Jennifer Lopez, I'm obsessed with her. So yes, that would be mine.
Okay. That's a good
Oprah.
one. Amazing.
Who?
Oprah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I-
that's a good one.
You know what, Greg? I don't know. I don't know. It would be hard for me to think of that. I don't even know. I'm sorry, I can't answer.
Not
I'd
like
have to
Robert De Niro or something, like some like big famous actor that
Al
you've loved
Pacino,
forever.
I've always had a crush on. You know, that's
Okay.
my thing. But
That's your one.
like Brad Pitt. Like if Brad Pitt ever said, "Hey, I have somebody," I would fall on the floor.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, let me just get to that right now. I won't let that one expire."
Right?
I
Well-
apologize to anybody that I have. I always, even after it expires, I try to get to it. I've been actually a big part of this pandemic. I've been out doing a lot of charity work for the hospitals and the policemen and the shelters. So
Awesome.
I haven't been able to get on top of a lot of stuff, but I love you all, and I thank everybody that ever reached out to me.
Ooh, I know I did say last question, but are there any like charities or organizations that you've noticed during all of this that you want to highlight now? Anything that people can donate towards if they're looking for a place to help?
So
DM, I can tell you, just DM me. If I can send you to an animal shelter, I can send you to a children and women's shelter, a hospital, inner city hospital that takes all charity. It's St. Joe's, Oasis in Patterson. The other day I was at St. John's Cathedral giving toys to kids who are stuck in the house. So I need everything. You name it, I can show you where to go, and I can promise you, I personally hand deliver your stuff. So when you like feel bad about doing or saying, where's this going? It's personally going to the people that you want it to.
Yeah.
So I'm around for that.
there's this.
No, I love that you brought up domestic violence, Dolores, because right now with the pandemic, people are inside their house and there's a lot of it going on. And I think people forget about that. Also child abuse, but also another thing that I think people forget about are some people with mental health issues have a really hard time being stuck inside a house. And if you deal with depression, anxiety, it can really escalate. And I have a few friends who've actually had children who have committed, I had a friend who had committed suicide. I have another friend.
During this stuff?
Yes, like 3 weeks ago. So just, I think
my
sometimes we forget about our children and how they're infected. So make sure that you're just kind and reach out to people that you know that you're thinking of, or that are dealing with things emotionally in life.
Yep. That I am completely, actually, so my mother is a therapist, and she has been for, over 30 years. Please don't judge my behavior on her therapy, because she's actually a great therapist. But her and my sister have been doing these Zoom talks every Friday for free. My sister sends you the link, so you can follow my sister on Instagram at Lil McSweeney, and she'll, you can just DM her and she'll send you the link, and it's free therapy. And
Oh,
it's like,
that's so
That's
nice.
amazing.
yeah, it's for an hour and a half, and then they have an email list,
Wow.
and they send out all the resources that my sister and mother have gathered to help people. And also, I work very closely with a charity called I Support the Girls that basically donates tampons, pads, and bras to places like shelters and all that, because most people don't think of when women are in need, they need tampons and pads.
They can't afford it.
Exactly.
They show up
Exactly. People are thinking
with just the clothes on their back.
exactly. People are like, oh, we'll donate socks and jackets, but it's like they also need bras. So I know a lot of us, I have bras.
Toiletries, all toiletries.
So if you have bras that don't fit you don't wear anymore, don't throw them out. Send them to I Support the Girls. You can go follow them on Instagram. It's this woman, Dana, who's amazing. And it's going to, if you worry about where things are going, she makes sure it's going to the right place. So
That's what I love.
That's incredible.
Amazing. Well, ladies, thank you so much for doing this. I had a great time. Just a reminder for everybody watching, you can get a Cameo from any of these lovely ladies on cameo.com or on the Cameo app. Thank you so much for joining us today, girls.
Thanks for having us. We had so much fun. This is the highlight of the pandemic for me. I don't know about you guys.
Highlight of my day as well.
So fun.
All right, everybody, take care.
All right. Bye, guys.
See you later on TV, Leah.